My question is very short.
So are you, sir. So are you.
If I have 10,000 hex,
Okay.
how long time take me to be rich?
Well, so I'll tell you a funny thing about being rich. Rich is a state of mind. There's no number that will actually make you feel rich. I can tell you as a person who's got a lot of numbers. I got a lot of numbers, and usually I don't feel rich. Usually. I really don't. I gotta tell you, man. You pick up the phone here, call downstairs, no one's answering. I don't care who you are. You call from off-site, you're like, hey, maybe they answer the remote phone. Call from the cell phone. They're not answering. Supposedly a five-star hotel. I don't feel rich.
Is it a dream for everybody?
It's the same for everybody. So if you really truly want to feel wealthy, it's a state of mind. If you focus on what you have, you will feel wealthy. If you focus on what you do not have, you will feel poor.
What's going on, y'all? You're now watching the greatest channel that has ever existed. My name is 𝘕𝘰𝘯𝘵, and I truly appreciate you for being here with me. So, Richard Hart is always doing these crazy things. And I know it's outrage marketing, which is a famous way of getting more attention. Donald Trump used to do it all the time. A lot of shock artists, a lot of shock jocks used to do it all the time. And he's doing the same thing. And it's kind of annoying, but all we can do is just wait for Pulsechain to come out. So that being said, I'm going to talk about his interview that he had with Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit is a manosphere type environment podcasters. They have a TV show that's or a YouTube show that's almost reaching 1 million followers, 1 million subscribers. Absolutely amazing. I had a video actually a month or two ago talking about their interview, and the interview was so long, it was 2.5 hours long, that I decided to split it into multiple parts, and this is the second part. I'm going to have the next part tomorrow that's going to come out. Before that, I'm going to talk about some of the comments that I get from my followers. I really appreciate you guys, and you're absolutely amazing. This is why I love you guys so much. The first person that we have is Easy. He says, you are wrong about all-time lows in 10 months. You know why I tell you? First, you need to know about how stock markets work. Don't just guess. Markets are pricing in a rate raise, and we are having one of the rate raises at the end of July for 0.75 percentage points, which is the fourth one. And after it, we'll have a one in August after stocks earnings are due. Also, we will suffer from S&P 500 should bottom at 3,300, 3,400 area, which means BTC 10K in a few weeks or a month. That will be the bottom. And after October, whole markets will start to move up into 2023. Dude, learn the markets or else you're going to go blind. And then I told him, yeah, I disagree with that. I was like, they're not going to do another rate hike after September 21st because an election is coming in November. But hey, maybe you're right. And yeah, I definitely believe that they're not going to do another rate hike. They just did a 75 basis points like a week or two ago. A lot of his predictions easy were wrong, but it's okay. We all get wrong predictions. I'm not going to blame you for anything. But I really study these things, and I like to hear back from my followers. And then, I can disagree with you or not. I'm usually right, if I must say so myself. But sometimes I'm wrong. So I want to hear feedback from all my followers at all times. Then we have a comment from Blue, who always comments on my videos. I really appreciate you. He says, I agree. Richard Hart is waiting for the markets to bottom before he comes out with Pulsechain. It's very true. He's taking forever. I don't care what he says about it, about it becoming perfect before he releases it. He's waiting for the bottom to come out because it was at the tip of his tongue. It was about to be released in May of 2022, and now it's taking months and months and months to come out, and there's no release date in sight. JT says, how many Pulse Doge you think is a good bag to accumulate right before we moon? And then 6 question mark says 200 Pulse Doge. And then I say, as much as you can afford to lose. It's a meme coin, so it's either feast or famine. Pulse Doge, I believe, is on the Ethereum network. You can buy some right now. When Pulsechain comes out and is switched over from the Ethereum chain to the Pulsechain chain, is going to explode in value. But it's a meme coin, so take it with a grain of salt. It's very risky. Gerardo says, bruh, this is exactly how I feel. Thank you for the laugh, my dude. Shout out to Gerardo. He is a really famous YouTuber. Shout out to him. I want to start making more content with other famous YouTubers that have about 500 followers, maybe more. And I can gain followers from you. You can gain followers from me, and we can grow together, especially in the Pulsechain space, but in the crypto space in general. And then finally, we have 𝘕𝘰𝘯𝘵. He says, I always liked your intros You're demon creative. Thank you very much. I love my intros too. I try to make them as creative as possible. You know, give entertainment and education at the same time. Edutainment, as they call it. Okay, let's get into the video.
Most things in crypto are scams. You are much more likely, if you just throw darts at a board, you're going to lose all your money. You're going to get rug pulled. It's going to go to zero. It's going to get exploited. You're going to get scammed. So I believe in things that have product market fit, and I believe in things that are finished and complete. I do not believe in giving somebody some money because he says he's going to do a thing, because you'll find out he won't do the thing.
Yeah, so that video just said that you can never trust anything in crypto. You need to do your own research. There's scammers all the time. You need to be diligent with your research. You need to look at the white paper, at least if you know how to read code. Look at the code that's out there. That's the good thing about crypto. It's open source. You can read as much as you want or as little as you want.
Nif, what's your thoughts on NFTs?
Oh, this is the man for NFTs right
Oh, no, here it comes. We're ready. We're ready. Yeah, go ahead, man.
In this world, we got something called intellectual property. You buy it, you own it. Okay, I pay an artist to build something. I get him to sign off. I own the rights. Okay, that's my property now. That's my JPEG. Well, now what's the NFT? Okay, an NFT is a serial number loosely related to a JPEG, which may or may not still be hosted on the internet. That's stupid. You ain't got no rights to it. You can't go start up your own new NFT project with your little fake picture you think you might have. and then the dude that runs the server could just point it to dick pics anytime he wants. So you think you got a cool picture of a monkey, whatever, and he's like, oh, your monkey picture. I changed this setting in the database and it's a dick pic now. Ain't you sad?
Yeah, and I agree. NFTs are extremely dangerous. I don't ever advise anyone buy NFTs unless you're like, you know a lot about these NFTs. And even if you know a lot about the NFTs, it doesn't mean that you're going to make a lot of money. Me, all the NFTs I own them because I like the drawings and I just want to hold a piece of history. Yeah, maybe in the future it's going to be worth 10 times as much, but it might take forever. It might never be worth 10 times as much. It might drop dramatically in price. NFTs usually grow up and down based on the bull market or the bear market.
Is Hex a security?
I don't think most people know what a security is. Most people's security is like when you lock your door. So basically the government tries to get people to not get scammed so much. So the government doesn't want people to get scammed. Yeah. So they invented a branch of government called the Securities and Exchange Commission. What they do is they try and help people not get scammed. Because here's what people will do. They're going to say, hey man, give me a little bit of money now. I'm going to give you so much more money later. And they don't do it. They run off with the money.
Bernie Madoff?
Yeah, exactly. Bernie Madoff, same thing. So what they did was they made laws that said, if you want to raise money from friends and family for a business, you can do that up to this level, up to this number of people. But past that, you got to get registered as a security, and you got to have this disclosure and this disclaimer, and you got to do this and act this way, and this is how they try and protect people. And by and large, it's an okay idea. It's some things that ain't that good about it. Like you couldn't have bought Facebook because you weren't an accredited investor.
Right.
So if Zuckerberg came to you and was like, yo, man, you want to get in on Facebook? We're doing our B round. No, you can't. You're not an accredited investor. So what's accredited investor? It means that you've got millions of dollars. And if you get burnt, you ain't getting kicked out of your house. You're still all right. But the problem is the people that need those mad gains, they're not accredited. So they don't get the mad gains. Yeah. And so the rich get richer, the poor stay poor.
Yeah, Hex is not a security in the traditional term. That's why Richard Hart always says things like, do not expect profits from the work of others. That's why he says Pulsechain may increase in value. That's why Pulsechain may have a wallet that takes about 1% of all the Pulsechain value. He says Pulsechain may do many things. PulseX may do many things over and over and over. From a litigation standpoint, he needs to say things that way we don't have to pay ridiculous amount of taxes. That way we don't have to follow all these crazy rules that make everything so much more complicated than they need to be. That way these things don't have to act, and they will not act like a security.
Yeah, speaking of NFTs, I foresee a lot of people are going to get indicted for fraud in the next 2 to 3 years from all the rug pulls and everything. That's what I foresee happening because so many people got destroyed from the whole NFT situation. What, they're down like 80-90% now compared to last year.
Even celebrities are being slammed too for being a part of these projects.
Yeah. So I foresee mass indictments in the next 2 to 3 years for fraud. Probably. We'll see.
There's only 3 ways to stop scams. There's only 3 ways. 1, you could give the regulators more manpower. It doesn't work. But why doesn't it work, Richard? Regulatory arbitrage. Oh, you got more regulators in America? Cool. They all go to China. They all go to India. They all go to wherever, Nigeria, right? Okay. Let's say you had a global world police and all the laws worked great everywhere, right? They don't. They can't even enforce murder laws some places. They don't care about no NFT laws. So now, okay, well, we can't just give the regulators more. And by the way, the regulators work post facto. So everyone gets scammed. Everybody loses all their money.
Yeah, they come in after.
And then
way
they
after.
come in and lock some people up, but they don't get no money back. The money's all gone.
Damn.
So that post facto don't work. Okay, so now what can you do? They try and do it prima facie, before the fact with like the securities laws, accredited investor crap. But now the poor people can't get rich. That's not good neither. Okay, well, what else can we do? Let's yell at them and be like, stop buying scams, you stupid people. Guess what? You ain't got no marketing budget. You're going to run out of money yelling at people to try and make them smarter, and they're going to think you wrong and call you stupid to your face and go get scammed. Anyway, you bring your family to a timeshare meeting, they buy in that timeshare no matter what you say. They do not care what you say.
Yeah.
They getting scammed. You're like, yo, you could buy this for like 3 times less. Why are you getting scammed? Well, he said it was a good deal, and it's right now. It has to be right this minute, or I lose the blender. You're like, okay, man.
Yeah, it's true. Because a lot of people have been scammed in the DeFi space, especially the NFT space, there might be some indictments that come through. This is why, again, Richard Hart is very, very careful about how he talks about hacks, about how you should not ever expect profit from the work of others, even though, it's almost guaranteed that we're all involved in this, in Pulsechain and PulseX and Hex, because we expect profit from the work of others. But he's not allowed to say it for litigation purposes. I mean, that's why people invested $1.6 billion into PulseX and to Pulsechain, because we expect to make dramatic profits from these coins. And it's true, a fool is easily departed from his money. Okay, it's very, very hard to make people to intelligently invest their money. That's why I'm making channels like this, to educate people. That way you can get involved in crypto without becoming bankrupt, okay?
I can't advertise Hex on Reddit. It's banned. I can't advertise Hex on Instagram. It's banned. I can't advertise Hex on AdWords. It's banned. I can't advertise Hex in the Economist magazine. Used to. Banned now. They broke. Y'all broke. I'm sorry. Y'all young people ain't got no money yet. So if you want to help people, you got to advertise with the same tactics.
Yeah.
And then you can save them. Because if they still have that money in their hands, they're going to get scammed out of it. Like if you give a poor dude some money, he's going to show you why he poor. Watch him smoke through that. Watch.
Stimulus checks. They give them free money, so to speak. And what did they do? Blow it.
Yep.
Gone like this. And then the rich people, if you evened out all the money in the world and gave everyone the same amount, the rich people get rich again. The poor people get poor again, because it's the behaviors that generate
It's the mindset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm trying to do it myself. It's very difficult to advertise any type of crypto on Google, on Facebook, or Instagram. I know these companies are doing it for protection to avoid people being scammed. But honest people like me, honest people like Richard Hart, we're advertising because we believe that we can provide a dramatic amount of value to the crypto space. We can explode people's profits. And, I can become rich myself too. I'm not doing this out of the kindness of my heart. Although I do give away a lot of free stuff, right? But I also want to make profits from this myself too. I want to ball out. I want to have fun. And yeah, it's true that people that... It's the education of the finances, the education of how to invest that increases the ability of people to have generational wealth, right? That's why if you divided all the money, like he said, if you divided all the money among all the 8 billion people in the world, rich people that are rich before you divided the money will automatically become rich. Poor people that were poor before you divided automatically will always become poor. And it doesn't matter, even though the internet is free, even though the internet has all the knowledge that has ever existed in the entire world and anyone can read it, a lot of people are genuinely just too lazy to notice information. And the people that are not lazy may not be able to properly educate themselves with this crypto information. And that's why people like me are trying to educate the masses.
These people, they trying to pick up pennies in front of freight trains, they lose everything. Cryptocurrency was invented to get rid of middlemen. Cryptocurrency was get rid of counterparty risk. You control your own finances with your own keys. No one can steal it from you unless you're stupid and you lose them. Yeah. So what do people do? The opposite. They take their keys, their power, their control. They give it to somebody else. They lose all their money. They become a headline. X number, $100 million lost. I invented a product which literally solves this. You earn yield while you hold your keys. So what's everyone do? Give their money to somebody else, lose all their money, go bankrupt.
Yeah, it's true. If you're going to invest into things like BlockFi, into things like Celsius, which just went bankrupt, by the way, you should keep in your mind that you might lose all your money. And when you see that there's any trouble that's brewing, anything that's going on that might cause these companies to fail, pull your money out immediately, okay? You don't want to lose all your assets just to gain 8%, just to gain 9%, okay? If it's not your keys, it's not your coin. Isaiah Jackson, that came out with this book, Bitcoin in Black America, said it himself. If it's not your keys, it's not your coin, okay?
Bear market wrecks a lot of people. So you've seen exchanges going left or right. Exchange called Hotbit, locked everybody out, taking the website offline, has a cool story about some indictment, blah, blah, blah. That's a story. So you just jacked everybody for the money. Okay. Celsius jacked everybody for the money. Luna jacked everybody for money. Everybody jacking everybody for the money. We 100% perfect flawless uptime. I just want everybody that gets people wrecked and is bankrupt got more followers than me. Explain that. Yeah. Michael Saylor lost billions of dollars, bought the top. He bought the top, helped make the top.
Yeah.
I called the top on the day. I forgot to brag about that. I called the Bitcoin top on the day and drew the chart and said, look, man, it's over. We're going down 85%. We're going down to 10,000. I still believe that. And I'll tell you why I believe it. 3% of all Bitcoin is held by the Grayscale Trust. Now, 3% don't sound like a lot, but of the available trading supply, 3% is massive. And so usually that trades at a 20% premium to spot Bitcoin because there's some regulatory arbitrage. If you're an investment company, you can't just buy currencies. It's not in your document. Your document don't let you just buy whatever you want. You can only buy these things. You can buy stocks, but you can't just buy a regular weird currency. And so what people do is they buy this fake Bitcoin, this encumbered Bitcoin, this encapsulated Bitcoin from the Grayscale Trust. And then, so it's called a private placement round. They have their private placement round for their accredited investors. They get hundreds of millions of dollars. They go buy spot Bitcoin with it. They put it in a trust. You can't redeem it. You can't take it out to arbitrage it. And you would only do that if it was at a premium like it normally is. But now it's not at a premium. It's a discount. So you could buy Grayscale Bitcoin for a third less than a normal Bitcoin.
Yeah, so we're going through a dramatic bear market right now. It's going to last for probably another year. And the market is going down right now. All you can do is just educate yourself and invest into as many strong cryptos as you can right now. Invest into HEX, invest into coins like 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘦, invest into coins like Polkadot, invest into coins like Pulsechain or PulseX when they come out. Okay, be careful with the coins that you invest in, and during the bear market, invest into coins that have proven track records that have been around for about 2 years, 3 years, for a long time, and that have actual value that they can bring to the world.
So you foresee Bitcoin going down to 10K?
Yes. Yeah. And it could go deeper. Here's why it could go deeper. Historically, we only do 85% drops. Okay. When I bought Bitcoin, it was $30. It went down to $2. My introduction to Bitcoin was a 93% drop.
Oh.
And you know what?
Ouch.
That's fine. I wish I had bought more at 2. I really do. Because it's 25K today.
Yeah.
2 to 25,000 is a 12,000x. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Hex did better. Well, actually, Hex didn't do better. With staking, it did better. But we only did a 10,000x so far. We're only 1,000 days old. Yeah. Bitcoin's a lot older. So if another thing that I could teach you generally is if you have something with product market fit and it dips a lot, consider dollar cost averaging. That's his name, dollar cost. Because it if you can 10x your stack for just doubling the money you put in, which is what you get on a 90% dip, that's pretty nice, man.
Yes, so Bitcoin is going to go down during this bear market, but I don't think it's going to go down to 10K. I think the worst case scenario is that it's going to go down to maybe 15K, 16K, because people like me are just going to buy it up as soon as it goes down all the way. And we're already in the bear market. People that are not really into crypto have already left the market. And the people that are owning the Bitcoin, people that are keeping the price of Bitcoin at about $19,000 that it is right now, are just going to gobble up all the sellers that come through if there's a big price dip. So Bitcoin is not going to go down dramatically, even though he talks about Grayscale Trust and their Bitcoin stock. People are still going to buy Bitcoin because the only people that are left in the crypto space are people who believe that if it's not your keys, it's not your coin. And the people that know that it's a lot easier to own your own crypto. It's a lot easier to own your own Ethereum than to let other markets, other third parties own your crypto. Okay. And I'm telling you all this because I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Watch this video right here. Let's get this money.